EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jordan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jordan. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Keon White in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a run with Stevenson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 more yards there and another first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, it's Stevenson. Oh, what a move. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But you look at this Patriots defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A first carry now. This is Hill. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Back to throw. Jordan. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Down to the 42, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Pats, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Off play action. Jordan. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 18. That one goes for 24 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second down and 8. Looking to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you could drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Patriots at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards for number 11.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep, ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46.
That's complete yet again to Thornton.
And he's taken down inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's out of bounds when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught by Sanders. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jordan. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. Big play there for New England. 45 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They're going to look to throw. He'll go underneath here to Stevenson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Second and 16. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 4. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jordan. He's able to get it to Coleman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jordan over the middle. The catch by Coleman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. Jordan. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rhodes. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Two yards to go, second down. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other. So
this is caught at the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Keon Coleman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the lead here in this third quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Stevenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Running left is Stevenson. And down to the 36-yard line here. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Second and a couple. Back to throw here. On the out route, he's got Thornton. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Patriots have retaken a third-quarter lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll give to Cook on the read option. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Jordan. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Hill. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
The defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 47 yards. And the Bills have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing more.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Throwing to start the drive. Jordan. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Jordan. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jordan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bills get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen. But somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Jordan. Touchdown, Bills. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Tucker now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Waste of time.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. 29 yards. And the Patriots have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle, it's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Jordan. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That third down conversion good for 23.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Motion man is Schwartz. They go play action here on first down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering, because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Jordan. He'll let one go deep for downs. But he's got it inside the 10. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 54 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there, because they've been run ragged throughout.
Back to throw. Jordan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Second and goal from inside the 5. Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. He's got Mason complete, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Second down and a yard. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jordan. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Time not on their side. They've got one timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. But they need points. 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here.
That is caught.
And he's brought down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Out left and complete to Thornton.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Pick made by Terrell Bernard.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Buffalo, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.